and maybe we're not live, I'll try to get through those comments, sift through those, and try to respond as quickly as I can. So as we progress through the remainder of the morning, you can see the showers and thunderstorms working eastbound. Notice what happens though. I have this paused at 5, so early evening, a little before dinner. You can see the wind coming together with the help of the sea breeze, and that looks to spark up maybe a few more showers and thunderstorms potentially right near the coast, east of Orlando. And then we start to see those showers and thunderstorms fade away as the wind changes. We get more of a westerly flow, and then we start to see this all over again on Monday, because that boundary kind of dies. It kind of hangs out across Central Florida, kind of stalls. Eventually it looks to push back to the north as maybe like a pseudo warm front almost. And with that, we could see some more showers and thunderstorms along with the help of the sea breeze Monday afternoon and evening. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 o'clock. We're starting to see that potential for a few pop-ups. Deeper into the evening we go, we're seeing more coverage. Still isolated, but a few showers and thunderstorms from about I-4 eastbound as we head through dinner time tomorrow, the evening drive. Then they're fading away as we head through late Monday. We also have a marginal risk for our Monday. This includes portions of Volusia County, eastern Seminole, Orange, eastern Osceola, as well as Brevard County along the I-95 corridor, A1A, Route 1. That's where we could see a strong storm, maybe including some hail or gusty wind. Again, same setup with the help of the sea breeze. That tornado threat is really never zero when we're talking about the sea breeze. It could be really low, but it's usually never zero. Here's some more good information. The drought has gotten so bad. We've been talking about the rain chances this weekend. And notice, this is May 10th through May 14th. And notice how all of Central Florida is shaded in that darker green. That means we have a higher chance of above normal precipitation. And on that note, I'm going to pause here for just a moment. Just want to see if we are getting any questions or comments, anything like that. Doesn't look to be the case. As we head through the remainder of our early May, this is likely the trend. And we're getting a bit of a pattern shift across the nation. The reason why, we call it an omega block. We have a big old area of high pressure in the middle of the country and areas of low pressure upstairs in the atmosphere on either side of that. So it kind of looks like the Greek omega, that symbol. And that area of low pressure is closer to us, so that means we can stay unsettled. We can continue to see chances for rain. So this is some really welcoming news because of how dry it's been and the drought. This is Friday at 10 a.m. This is our next storm system. Looks like there's going to be a cold front on the approach, and you can see showers and thunderstorms, especially north of Central Florida. Notice though, you can see showers and thunderstorms as we head through time, and these continue to bring us the potential for soaking rain. Our Fox 35 Storm Team 7-day forecast shows temperatures back into the upper 80s on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, lower to potentially middle 90s in some isolated spots, especially Wednesday as high pressure builds. As we head through Thursday, just a small chance of rain. Friday, Saturday, that's when chances start to rise with the help of this storm system, and that's definitely going to bring us a nice amount of rain, at least at an early glance. It's still early. It's still something we're going to continue to likely make some tweaks to in terms of the forecast as a whole. But it does look like we're going to be wetter next weekend. So if you have any outdoor plans, definitely want to stay weather aware. And if you know you're going to be outside for a prolonged period of time, you may have to look to potentially have a backup plan and shift those indoors. But we're expecting to do more of these cut-ins on Fox Local, these little weather briefs, these little weather extras, so to speak, as we're going through this Impact Sunday. So be sure to join us at 11:30 and 12:30 for the latest on these storms and the rain, where it's going, and how long it sticks around. We'll be back in just a little bit. Welcome, and thanks for sticking with us through the morning. I'm meteorologist TJ Springer. We're going to continue to see this rain working eastbound. We're live on Fox Local. We're also live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. So if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, we would love to know what you're thinking. It's certainly been an active morning in terms of the rain, but this is welcomed, right? We haven't seen rain like this, it feels like, in many weeks. So this is definitely going to help. It's widespread. We have had some soaking rain, some downpours, and some stronger storms nonetheless, at least at times. But right now, thankfully, nothing is severe, and we have been seeing that nice soaking rain working off to the east. It is an impact day. We were conversing this morning, the storm team was, and we thought this weather certainly a little more impactful than normal, especially since we haven't had rain and it feels like forever. So if you do have maybe any weather photos you'd like to share with us, we can see those, post them on Facebook. Maybe we could get one on the air later on today. Myself and Laurel will be watching things through the remainder of the day. She'll be taking over for me a little later on this afternoon. Of course, she'll have the latest on Fox 35 News at 5 and again at 10. And speaking of Facebook, I have it pulled up right now. I'm going to pop on over there to make sure I am not missing anything. Say hello, let us know where you're watching from. But hopefully you are as happy about the rain as I am, because of how bad the drought. Things have not been good. We've had the elevated fire concern. That's also been one of our big weather headlines as well, and how quickly these fires have been able to spread. Right now, the rain really favoring our central and eastern neighborhoods. I'll show you a couple sky cams. I think you'll be shocked as how things look this morning compared to now. Fairly quick moving along with this cold front. That's the main driver in this rain here this morning. Still some heavier pockets, that's for sure, near the Space Coast from about Wedgefield heading eastbound toward Titusville, Port St. John, the Kennedy Space Center. Not much across central Volusia County right now and near the coast between New Smyrna Beach, but there are a few lighter showers closer to Oak Hill. Down to Weehawhoty, Wedgefield, those are the spots that are seeing it really across Orange County right now. Southbound really hugging the beach line. So say you're traveling out of downtown, beach line eastbound toward the coast, that's where the rain is going to be the heaviest. Thankfully, really not a lot of lightning right now, only one strike here in recent past. Now down to the south, still some heavier rain across central Osceola County from Deer Park westbound toward Harmony, right along 192. Also still seeing some showers closer to Lake Kissimmee and Kenansville. Now, I think we're going to get a solid little break today, but as we start to destabilize the atmosphere and we have temperatures warming up, in turn, the instability will be on the rise. So that, with the help of maybe some lingering boundaries and the sea breeze, some lingering outflow maybe from some of these storms, we could see some more isolated activity, especially east of the metro as we head through the remainder of our Sunday. Here's a live look, a little sky cam tour around Central Florida. If you're watching in the Daytona Beach, you're seeing a little bit of brighter sky, but notice it's still a little nasty looking with the rain coming down in Titusville. Also looking a touch brighter now for those of you in downtown Orlando. Same goes for Mount Dora. We can see the sun peeking back out. That's a live look over Lake Dora. Doesn't look like we even had that much rain, but we actually had a nice amount of rain moving through within the last few hours. If you were watching us on Good Day Orlando, it was pouring here in Seminole County, and really throughout the show as a whole, we saw this rain work on through, and we're not done just yet. And again, I think with the help of the sea breeze interaction later on this afternoon, we could see some more of that activity. If you're just joining us, welcome. Again, we're live on Fox Local, YouTube, Facebook. I'm Storm Team Meteorologist TJ Springer. If you have any weather questions, we'd love to hear from you. I'm going to hop on over right now to I have Facebook pulled up. Let's see. Hi, Betty, saying rain did not last that long in De Leon Springs. Now the sun is shining bright. Bring on the rain. I think we can all relate to Betty and feel that way because we need the rain. Gardens, lawns, everything's crunchy out there. And of course, the drought has gotten so bad. We're in that extreme drought for much of Central Florida, or I should say severe to extreme drought across Central Florida. The good news is, and I'll talk about that a little later on, we are expecting more rain in the 7-day forecast. There's some good news there. Edith saying we needed the rain. TLG saying we needed the rain, be safe. Yes, I feel that 1,000%. Let's see if I'm missing anything else here. I'm gonna try to, sometimes Facebook can be a little wonky. I want to see all the comments. I'm gonna have to pull, I have my phone here handy as well. Let me try that. That might be a little bit easier to do. But hopefully you're having a great day so far and you were watching Good Day Orlando. That was our big story. That's why we kind of made it an impact day, because of the potential for these storms. And if you live near the coast, maybe you had some outdoor dinner plans, just keep your eyes to the sky, because I think there are going to be a few more storms. Let's see. Let me turn this down so we're not getting double of me. Let's see. Betty's saying stay dry and safe. Yes. Gloria's saying it just poured there. All right. Well, thank you for all the questions and comments. I appreciate it. I'm going to put my phone right here and we'll keep going with the rest of our little Fox 35 weather extra here. The reason why we're seeing the rain, here's the cold front, and the rain's been out ahead of it. Eventually this cold front going to kind of fizzle out, but it kind of hangs out across central Florida as we head into our day on Monday. So a setup kind of similar to today between the sea breeze and this leftover boundary, this diffuse boundary, that could be enough lift to spark up a few more showers and thunderstorms as we head throughout our day tomorrow. It is still an impact Sunday because of the threat for some downpours and storms. I think now the threat of strong storms, it's becoming a little less widespread. I do think, though, this afternoon that sea breeze front and what is left over could help generate a few more storms, and a couple of those may be stronger. I think that's now the window that we'll be watching. So make sure you join Laurel later on tonight. And of course, if things do get a little rough, she'll be here to brief you and keep you ahead of whatever could be coming our way. If you had plans for the theme parks today, and maybe you're getting out, I think chances for rain now starting to decrease. So if you're getting out around Orlando, still some rain around in the vicinity, but Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, I think as we head throughout the day, things will be improving. By this evening, I think chances for rain going to be much lower. It'll be brightening up. But you can still see, this is from the Storm Prediction Center. This came out this morning. This still encompasses most of the Fox 35 viewing area, if not even more. But I think at our latest update, once we get the new check-in with the SPC, this might be trimmed back just a little bit. But here in the green, it's a level 1 out of 5. It means that there's a possibility that we could see a couple of stronger storms that could include some gusty winds, some hail. With the help of the sea breeze, that tornado threat is not zero. That aids in helping to twist the wind, so to speak, or turn the wind as we head up into the sky, and that can help organize storms and increase that tornado threat just a touch. So it's really low, but not completely zero. Now, tomorrow's threat, you can see it is trimmed back. I do think it's really east of Orlando, east of the I-4 corridor. That's where we have that heightened chance of seeing a few showers and thunderstorms. So let's time those out here, shall we? As we head through the remainder of our day, this is our future clouds and radar picture. Notice, once we see the bulk of this rain get offshore, we don't see too much. This is one, maybe an isolated storm or two pops up in the heating of the day. But here comes the sea breeze as we head through the afternoon. We kind of see a couple of those trying to form on the coast, but the wind starts to switch. It becomes kind of dominant from the west behind this boundary. But you can still see a couple try to fire up near the Space Coast as we head through later evening. And those are the ones that will need to be monitored, I think, that could turn a little strong. So make sure you have a way to receive those watches and warnings like the Fox 35 Storm Team app or the Fox Local app, or hopefully both. Now, here's another piece of good information. We were just talking about the rain. I know many of you were saying that. This is May 10th through May 14th. And you're seeing the deeper shade of green here, or darker green across most of the Sunshine State. That means that we have a higher chance of getting above normal precip. And you may be asking, well, what's driving that? Well, the weather pattern across the nation is changing. I'm not sure if you've heard us mention the term omega block. And we say that blocking ridge or a ridge of high pressure essentially just means we really won't see much rain. But we call it an omega block because of how it looks like the Greek symbol omega. We'll have an area of low pressure closer to us, upstairs in the atmosphere, one on the west coast or in the vicinity of the west coast, then high pressure across the heart of the country. So that means here at home, around the southeast, we could be a little more unsettled, and it looks like that's going to be the case as we head through the next week and beyond. This is Thursday at 11 a.m. This is our next storm system that we're going to be watching. Chances for rain Thursday, pretty slim. But as we head through time, we head through the end of the week, weekend, next weekend, things look a little more unsettled. So if you have any outdoor plans, this may be the time to just think, hey, we may have to shift those indoors. Before we go through this, I'm going to hop back over to Facebook. Just want to see if anyone else has any questions, comments. Let's see. Danielle says, love the bow tie. Thank you, Danielle. I really appreciate it. Kelly, if you were watching earlier, I showed, actually that is not true. I was going to say I showed our SkyCam in Ocala. I showed that at our last check-in. But yeah, I know the sun is back out in Ocala. I don't think there's going to be too much more precipitation in Ocala through the remainder of our day. So that's some good news for our northwestern neighborhoods. If you have any outdoor plans, maybe you're getting out with friends or family, it certainly looks a little bit better. But near the coastline, those chances going to stick around a little bit longer. So again, if you're just joining us, you're hopping on Fox Local, YouTube, Facebook. We're already flipping the script, flipping the calendar forward, so to speak, to this upcoming weekend. Late this weekend to the weekend, that's when our next storm system looks to move in. We may see a couple of showers on Thursday, but as we head through the day Friday into Saturday, this system is going to move in, and you can see the chances for showers and thunderstorms really start to increase as we head through Friday and Saturday. I have this paused at 1. This front looks to be hanging out around the area. It may even stall. So you can see we have a lot of rain around the Gulf, into the Atlantic, and it looks like upstairs in the atmosphere we may start to see an area of low pressure cut off. And what that means, it's essentially a closed area of low pressure, kind of has a tough time moving with the jet stream. So it may stick around for a while, which means we may stay unsettled for a little bit longer. So if that's the case, more rain chances, and we can really start to try to chip away at this drought little by little. So something to look forward to there. As we progress through the remainder of our Sunday, we're going to keep those chances, though, for a few storms, especially near the coastline. Monday, same story, just a little less coverage, I'm thinking. High pressure builds in Tuesday and Wednesday at 90 on Tuesday. Lots of sunshine as that ridge starts to dominate. But notice, as we were just talking about, the chances for showers and thunderstorms start to quickly increase late Thursday into Friday, into next weekend. And with that, our temperatures are going to get knocked back a pretty good deal. So that is exciting, good for all of us because of how bad that drought has gotten. And while I have it up, speaking of the drought, I can actually bring that up because that comes out, for those of you that don't know, that comes out every Thursday. And it had gotten worse since our last check-in. And we've had the fire concerns to boot. There it is. This is now Flagler, a good bit of Volusia, a good chunk of Marion County, and a good bit of Lake and Sumter counties as well. An extreme drought, which we talked about it, the last time we had an extreme drought was all the way back in the late 2010s, nearly a decade ago. So it's been expanded, but now that we're starting to get into a more active pattern, a wetter pattern, hopefully this will change some. But you can see here in the tan, that's a severe drought across essentially all of the Fox 35 viewing area, aside from those that are in that extreme drought. It just kind of excludes some of Osceola and Brevard counties. I'm going to bop back over to Facebook real fast. If there's anything else that might be on your mind, anything, any questions. Lauren says, I do too. I like your bow tie. You're the best newsman. Thank you, Lauren. That means a ton. I really appreciate the comments. That means a lot. Let's see. Much needed rain. Be safe. Thank you. Yeah, it is so needed. I don't see too many other comments. I think with that, I may hop off here. But again, Fox Local, always the place to be. The Fox 35 Storm Team app. You can download both of those in the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can watch us when we're doing these updates, not just at home on your smart TV, but you can take us on the go, on your tablet, on your phones. Look forward to more updates as they warrant. The good news is I think we're going to have a nice little lull in the precip until we can get that sea breeze to really get going. Depending on how things look, we may do another one at 12:30 at the bottom of our noon hour. But aside from that, Laura will be coming in a little later on this afternoon, so look for updates from her, and she'll have the latest on how the rest of the day will be unfolding and what's in store for the rest of our 7-day forecast. But thank you for hopping on. Thanks for hopping on Facebook, on YouTube, on Fox Local, and thanks for all the comments as well. I really appreciate it. We'll see you a little later on, and hope you have a great rest of the day.